Hello, guys. Mike's here through the
Hello.
phone.
What's up?
Today we're going to talk about the Super Bowl and how so much better it was than last year's Super Bowl. but and
I'd say they're the same, but go ahead.
but yeah, I like that the Chiefs won. In all, this is the first Super Bowl I watched where I was fine with either team winning. I didn't really have like I didn't really want to see one team win over the other, but I'm glad the Chiefs did, because mostly for Andy Reid, because he's like been coaching forever and he hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
But yeah, what'd you think of it, Mike?
it's pretty good.
Yeah, I. So, do you think it was better than last year's?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Like, it wasn't a big difference, but a little bit.
yeah. I think what this one did for me is it felt like I don't know, like things were happening. Last year's Super Bowl just felt so like dead. I don't know.
I think it's just because they got touchdowns, dude. You like touchdowns?
Well, it's not just touchdowns. It's more like if the whole game was 7-0, but it was like big hits, big sacks, turnovers, and all that shit, then that would have
It
been
felt
fine
like there were
too.
more big plays.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Whether there
Plays.
were or not, it's whatever, but
The whole
it
game.
felt like it.
Yeah, the whole game was just conservative three and outs. The whole game. It was like ridiculous. But this one was interesting because big plays did happen. There was a comeback. The Chiefs Kajillion's comeback this year.
Yeah, dude, I didn't think the Chiefs were going to win at all
I
halfway through the game,
yeah,
but,
I was
you know,
well cuz I thought 49ers might win because they were a better overall team, but I think the reason why they lost was I think the fact that Garoppolo I felt like they were kind of babying the offense for him a little bit. I don't think they were letting him unleash himself. I felt
you
like
said the same thing last year, though. You
about
said
who?
that the Rams were better than the Patriots too, and they lost.
Yeah, well, this year was a lot more even, and last year I wanted the Rams to win more because I hated the Patriots, and I thought they were even teams in my opinion, but
Why do you hate the Patriots just because they're good?
not just because they're good, just because I don't know. I'm tired
You
of
don't
them.
even know.
Well, first let's start off with the cheating. The fact that they cheat.
Well, lots of teams cheat. Why do you hate them the most, though?
Well, it doesn't help
At
that
least they were the most successful cheating.
Well, and also the fact that ESPN won't shut the hell up about them. They talk about them nonstop. Like, where's Tom Brady
No, they
gonna
were
be?
talking about Tom Brady all day. I'll give you that.
And
But
Bill,
that's not the whole team.
yeah, well, that's the thing though. I just wanted something different. I get sick of because when it comes to sports, I feel like when a team spends too long being successful, it starts to ruin the sport. Because then it's like every year it's the same thing. Sport. There needs to be competition. There needs to be an up and a down.
That's why you watch basketball or hockey if you get bored of football.
And basketball's kind of predictable though. In all honesty, it's always like this.
Damn, you're gonna piss off some basketball fans, bro.
Think about it. Let's see. How many in the championship series? Like, it was in the last few years in the NBA championship. It was either it's a team led by LeBron in Golden State.
I mean, there's a lot of the same teams, but that doesn't mean the teams are bad.
Well, no. My point is that, and that's just one thing NFL has over NBA is that I feel like every year any team has a chance to go for it.
No, I feel like any year, any player can do it in the NFL, but NBA, that's not true.
Yeah, NBA, it's like, because NBA, because you need so few players to be good, you can easily assemble a team just like that. But
You'll call up two homies and go to Miami like LeBron.
yeah, LeBron's like, I'm taking my talents to
That'd be
South
like
Beach.
if the retro sports gamer like called you and I up, be like, hey yo, I need two dudes to start up this video game league.
or my personal thing, or he's like, I'm here to talk about the Sports Gamer Initiative. This,
And when they finish, so he'll be like, yo, these two players have to be, good gamers, but not as good looking as me.
no, it's like the video game Avengers. We have to stop Thanos from getting the Infinity controller.
Yo, you ever seen Futurama?
Uh,
Where Mom Corp and Mom has her three, freaking the three guys that follow her around.
I've seen a little bit of Futurama, but not a lot of it.
I feel like it'd be like that.
Uh, but but yeah, I. What did you think of the commercials this year?
Yeah, I really thought that some of them were just really heartfelt, but they were also really funny ones too.
Yeah, I
The
think.
one with Charlie Day.
Yeah, the Charlie, that was genius. Having him just like reappear in random commercials, like, is it later yet?
He like popped up in the next one. You're like, holy shit.
Oh, they're all connected now. Everything's connected now. Everything's connected.
It's
But
goons.
even the commercials have their own cinematic universe now.
They have commercials in the commercials in the show.
Yeah, you have Mr. Clean crying at Mr. Peanut's funeral like he lost his life to Thanos in Endgame.
So,
But but yeah, I think my favorite though was the first one when they had all the NFL players like doing the football thing on the street.
that was pretty good.
My favorite out of that one though is when he stopped at Pat Tillman's statue. That was legit shit there.
But he ran over Jerry Jones's car, so that kind of like sets it back like 5 points.
Oh no, fuck Jerry Jones. Are you kidding me? That
Yeah, so he
scrub.
kind of loses 5 points there.
No, that gains a point there for me. Fuck
I'll
that
give him
guy. Fuck
I'm
that.
just kidding. But anyway, there was one other one I wanted to mention, but I forgot.
Oh, let's see.
It was like a really funny one.
Really funny. Oh,
I usually don't like the serious commercials. I like the funny ones more, to be honest.
yeah, I do. They had some decent serious ones, but I felt like I don't know. The last couple years before this year, I felt like they were really coasting with the commercials. You know.
Yeah, this year there were good ones.
Yeah, and man, what's some good funny ones? There's a Sam Elliott commercial, the breakdancing cowboys, and oh, what else? Oh, the Bill Murray Groundhog Day one with the Jeep.
Did you see the commercial with Lil Nas X, Old Town Road?
Oh yeah.
That was really good, I thought.
Yeah, there's
And
yeah
whenever they play that song, people just go nuts.
yeah. But yeah, this was a good year for the Super Bowl commercials. I can't think of any that were like bad. I know the Mr. Peanut Baby Nut thing. I know some people were divided on that one. I thought it was fine. I don't know. I don't get the hate for it, but I think because everyone's like they killed Mr. Peanut, like oh shit they killed Mr. Peanut. What's gonna happen? And then they Baby Yoda it. And people were like, "What the hell's this?" I just like, "What do you expect?" This is exactly what I expected.
Man, they really do a lot of creative things in the commercials that just make no sense.
When the thing now I think about it, I'm like, why don't they do this like year round? Why do they only wait for the Super? You know how better TV would be if the commercials were actually like entertaining instead of like this regurgitated bullshit spewing all over the TV screen.
You wouldn't want to buy anything, you'd just like to watch commercials all day.
Yeah, but watch commercials and
Commercials would be like cartoons, and people would be wanting to watch them.
yeah, but the products get stuck in their head. So anytime they go shopping, like, oh yeah, that product, I'll get that.
Not necessarily. That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, not necessarily true, but it's more. I mean, you're more likely to buy something you keep seeing it over and over again than to only see it like once. You know.
That is true.
So
I believe so. I'm not gonna argue with that point, but that's fine.
Yeah. What'd you think of? Oh, what'd you think of Mahomes getting MVP for that game?
I thought it was good because when he did that fourth down play with
Yeah.
the split look, where they did the motion over to like that far split running back look, and then they did the handoff, and they got like a bunch of fourth downs that they really shouldn't have got that kept them in the game.
Yeah, I think.
You could argue if they didn't get the first fourth down, the whole game is different and the 49ers win.
Yeah, I was. I would let it slide, but I feel like he didn't play his best game. I mean, he had two interceptions. He.
Obviously, he didn't play his best game, but it's the Super Bowl. They're playing against the best team, supposedly.
Yeah, I.
So you're going to have some mistakes, but one thing that really killed the 49ers was Jimmy Garoppolo's interception. That one was terrible.
Yeah,
He really had no chance at getting anyone.
yeah. The problem with the 49ers is that, like I said, like I mentioned before, they kind of they didn't because the Chiefs when they were down they went full speed. They scored like super quick. And 49ers they needed to score super quick too, but they didn't do that. They just kind of did what they did the whole game, but
I
they
feel like the 49ers couldn't run the ball late either because they were doing wide receiver runs.
yeah, they
And
did
they
a
didn't
lot of
run as many with a strong formation. They run it from more of a spread formation.
yeah, they did a lot of wide receiver runs actually, which is kind of it's a little unorthodox.
It works though,
It
just
did work,
because
yeah.
in the Super Bowl you can only prepare for so much anyway. So if you get something like that, it's just out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I think but I do think they could be back, and I think they could win one at some point in the future, though, if they keep everything together. I just think the reason why they didn't win is because I didn't think they didn't let Garoppolo go full offense like pass for 300. They needed him to have like a big passing game to keep up with Mahomes, but they didn't allow him to do that. I think that's why they lost. Or
No, I
maybe
think it was because of their running game, but
yeah, the running game could have
that's part of the same thing. You have to have
yeah.
both in order to have a balanced
Yeah.
offense.
Both teams ran the ball pretty well for the most part. I think Chiefs did a little better at it because they had more dual threats with it, but yeah,
I'm
they both teams had a pretty balanced offense.
I'm watching Mahomes right now at Disney World.
Yes, Disney World. Oh man, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty good Super Bowl. But do you think, since this was the 100th NFL season, do you think it felt like a special 100th season, or do you think felt like just another NFL season?
No, it felt like it was way different because of the beginning and the ceremony, and there were so many other things going on. And I don't know if you saw they had McDonald's commercial with the actual players in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey's order on the screen.
Yeah,
It felt like it was so more elaborate, so much
yeah.
more elaborate.
Oh yeah, and the frickin' oh and oh that reminds me. Did you hear about the Hall of Fame class for this year?
Which thing about it?
Like the players being inducted.
Nah, I guess not. What did I miss?
Oh, it's quite a few big ones like Edgar James and Troy Polamalu are among them going into the Hall of Fame,
Mm-hmm.
and some other. It's actually they said it was like either one of the biggest or the biggest draft class ever for the Hall of Fame this year, which is pre- which is pretty interesting because I think being the 100th like year, I think they wanted to go like full out. A Lions player's going into the Hall of Fame this year too.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, D tackle played for them in the 60s and early 70s.
It was the only Lions player they could get because they're freaking scrubs.
They actually made the playoffs a few times in the 60s and I think 1970.
Boring. I'm just kidding. It's all
Well,
good.
it makes sense because I think they still had a lot of great players from their 50s heyday leaked over into that decade, so they still had a little bit of juice left, but it wasn't meant to be. But yeah, overall I think it was a good Super Bowl, definitely better than last year's, and I think the 49ers might even win next year if they make the right adjustments.
I think the 49ers are done now, but, you know, who knows, man, honestly.
Yeah, who knows really? I mean,
I thought the Patriots were going to win this year's Super Bowl.
Eh, I think I think the problem with the Patriots this year is I just think I think it, well, first of all, I think the biggest thing I felt like Tom Brady's starting to show his age.
Hey, fan,
Yeah.
you saw the commercials, right?
Oh, the Tom Brady commercial where he's like, "I have a big
Did you
enough."
know Hulu has live sports?
Fuck that
Did you know?
motherfucker. Tom fucking Brady. He makes a big deal. I have a huge announcement. You've all been waiting for this. Fucking Hulu has live sports now. It's like, Tom
Yeah,
Brady, you
dude.
pretentious ass. Get off the screen.
I thought it was the best commercial ever of
Uh,
all time. I was dying.
Bro.
Hulu has live sports, man. You gotta know these things.
Hulu has live fucking
It's
sports.
like Disney Plus,
Disney. Oh
and
my.
then ESPN Plus,
ESPN.
and then eventually Star Wars Plus.
Star Wars Plus. No, it's all gonna be under Disney Plus because Disney's gonna buy fucking everything.
No, it'll be Disney Plus, Disney Plus Plus. So you have to buy both.
Disney AAA.
What, did they fix your car?
They have. It's a. Oh my god, Disney cars. Oh my god.
Yo, let's talk about something else though.
Okay.
Talking about sports, not Disney.
Yeah. Uh. Uh. So, uh, who's going to the NBA All Star game? I didn't catch that. Did you?
I didn't catch that, bro, dude. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I've been caught up with the Super Bowl.
Yeah. NBA. As far as I know, the NBA they're doing All Star game stuff. I mean, I don't really. I love the dunk contest and 3 point, but I think outside of that, it's just kind of the All Star game's kind of a kind of scrubby because it's just guys just you know just standing there shooting shit. They're not like
They're not really trying, but I'll tell you that way more interesting is the Celebrity All Star Game. That's way more fun.
yeah,
And
definitely.
I loved watching Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was the best celebrity in the game one year. He was the MVP, I think.
Yeah, now I think about, it, I think the worst All Star game in the four sports is football, without a doubt, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like what they did with it the past couple of years, but
Yeah,
I still much prefer like other sports having an All Star game, or if you play the sports video game, you get to play the All Star team.
yeah. I think the best is either basketball or baseball.
No, I like used to play NHL 11 a lot and do the spam All Star teams. You
Yeah.
would pick East and West, and
Yeah, hockey's good too.
those teams were incredible because you'd have so many good players.
Does hockey have any special events like their home run derby or their dunk
They had
contest?
the Winter Classic is like a big event.
Oh yeah, the
I
Winter
remember the past
Classic.
couple of years it's been such a big deal, and
Y-
celebrities have come.
Yeah, and the
A
thing
bunch
is,
of other
yeah,
Hollywood entertainment things.
yeah, in all these sports they have all these big events to go with the All Star game, except for football. Football doesn't have like anything, and it's just like it just feels like a big scrub fest with the football Pro Bowl.
Yeah, pretty much. I
Yeah,
mean, they did make an improvement having the new captain system or whatever instead of just
I thought they went.
AFC NFC.
I
I
think
did like the captains better.
I thought they went back to AFC NFC. I think they stopped doing the captain thing.
Yeah, but I didn't even watch it, dude.
Yeah, I get
I
you.
watched it one year for like half the game,
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, it's the Pro Bowl. Like, who cares? It's not the Super Bowl.
yeah. Well, I think yeah, and that's the thing. I think the reason why I like well, the big difference for baseball for me is that the All Star game is important because the league that wins gets home field advantage in the World Series.
Yeah, people love the baseball All Star game because I would just love going to the ballpark and voting for the teams.
Yeah.
Didn't even matter if you watched the game, but just voting for the players was such a big deal.
Well, yeah.
In the NFL, it doesn't really make a difference.
Well, it doesn't help that the Super Bowl players can't play, and they're usually the teams with the most All Stars, so you don't see
Yeah,
those.
they're the teams with like the best players.
Yeah. For a long time the Pro Bowl used to be after the Super Bowl. Do you think it should be moved back to that?
Absolutely. I'll
Yeah.
tell you why.
Yeah.
Because so much of the NFL season is just injuries and who stays, able to play the entire season.
Yeah.
And if you have players that play like 5 or 6 weeks and get the Pro Bowl bid, it's like they were never even there.
Yeah.
They didn't even play half the season. If you get guys that play the whole season and the Super Bowl, or let's say the majority of the season, at least 12 games,
Yeah.
they should have some sort of preferential treatment for Pro Bowl wins and the contract bonuses and stuff like that.
Yeah. What I think they should do, I think in all the sports they should make it so that the league that wins gets the home field advantage or the conference. I think they should do that for all of them because then the players will actually play and not just.
Yeah, they should definitely change it to after the Super Bowl, because, like, how the fuck do they think it's gonna be fun, though? Like,
Well, I think.
everyone's just waiting for
Yeah.
the Super Bowl that week.
Well, I think a lot of it is because I think the idea was that no one no after the Super Bowl no one cares about football anymore. They're done. So let's put the Pro Bowl before the Super Bowl so people to catch people when they're still invested. But
Yeah, I get that a little bit, but it's like,
but it's like
people
people.
don't care about the game because they know what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because they know that people don't play hard in the game. The
Yeah.
players don't go hard.
It's not when they have the game. It's just getting people to give a shit, and to get people to give a shit, they have to
Yeah,
put
I
a
feel like
stake in.
they would have a better job doing it after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people after the Super Bowl are missing football, or
Yeah.
immediately, because football is one of the most popular sports compared to the others sometimes in
Yeah.
some categories.
Yeah.
And it makes
Yeah.
a lot of revenue. It makes a lot of cash.
Yeah.
And one more thing that's important because of this, I guess, is that, you know, the the viewership is pretty high. If you get the majority of the people tuning out, then I mean, it'd be pretty much catastrophic
Oh
for
yeah.
any week of the NFL, because there's only the 17 weeks in the regular season compared to other sports which have a lot more playoff games and stuff like that.
And to the NFL's defense, it's not like they can have the All Star game halfway through the season because there's only 8 games after halfway through the season. It's not. It's not. It wouldn't. That wouldn't help either for that really.
Yeah, I think if the NFL was smart in the future, they might look into the Pro Bowl after the season.
Like before the playoffs. That could
Like,
be interesting.
or maybe one game after the Super Bowl, just to catch the people that still want to watch football for one more week.
Yeah. Yeah. That. And speaking of that, are you excited for the XFL?
Not really. It would
It,
be cool to like hear about the NFL players though.
Yeah, I'm excited because there's going to be a lot of different kind of rules. It's supposed to be a faster, quicker game, and I'm excited because it's another football league. Like when the A AFF or AAF, I forgot their initials already. When they closed down, I was heartbroken because I really loved watching them. Even their
Yeah, it was cool because you could see the NFL players make a transition, and it did look like they were improving their game.
Yeah, I just liked seeing like a different league, different teams, different rules. Oh,
I don't know if
good night. Sorry, that was my mom.
I don't know if there is a reason to practically have this many football leagues, because at the pace that NFL is now, you really don't need two football leagues.
Yeah, I think the big argument with having another one, because the first, I think the first, because NFL has had other competition from other leagues since the get-go. The one that was closest was the AFL, and that formed what we know today as the NFL. There was
Yeah.
after
There's
that
also the Arena Football League right now playing still, but
they actually went bankrupt because a bunch of their teams left for other indoor football leagues, and the remaining ones was only like four, and they just decided to just call
the
it
last
quits.
time I even remember watching that league was a long time ago.
Yeah, because they had deals because the league had a player strike that made them cancel a season. When they came back, they got new deals to be on NFL Network back when I was back in 2011, 2012, I believe. And they had some games broadcast, and it was awesome. That's when I saw arena football. I saw some Canadian football as well on there, and they don't show any of those kinds of stuff anymore. They just show like NFL games made in games from the last 5 to 10 years. And I'm just like, there's a lot of other football out there than NFL games from the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, like people have seen those games.
Yeah, give us something like older, even from like the 90s or 2000. At least something just that has a bit more. I don't know, shows that you have more to offer. but but yeah, there's but yeah, it's but I think a lot of a lot of big thing nowadays is people want competition. People want to see other competition between two entities duke it out to make each other better instead of it becoming monopoly and have one coast and let the quality decline. That's the big argument.
Yeah, that's why we should talk about the other sports.
Yes.
I know nothing.
Yes.
I didn't do enough homework. I was caught up watching the Super Bowl.
No, I get you.
And I apologize.
I
But
get.
I'll get back on a regular schedule pretty soon.
Yeah. So what's the big teams in hockey right now, Mike? Do you know who's like the big ones right now?
I know that the Washington Capitals are probably still the team to beat because Alex Ovechkin is one of the premier players and he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not one to focus on hockey particularly, to be honest. I don't get enough time to watch it.
I've been getting more into hockey lately. I finally got Sega Genesis control. I've been playing NHL '94, and I've been getting more into hockey lately. I just kind of and I but I haven't really been following this NHL except for listening to the Red Wings lose nonstop now.
Yeah, the Red Wings do lose a lot right now, which
well,
stinks for them, but
well,
you gotta move on.
they they got a new GM, former Red Wings player, and now they're building again. So maybe
Yeah, one of the teams I really don't like is the Penguins, though.
oh yeah
And
because
it's just because they're not that good.
and plus of what's his name Crosby. God,
The
fucking
crybaby.
crybaby Crosby. Oh my
Do people
God.
still call him that now?
When have they stopped? But I think my first learned the hatred of Crosby when it was like 0809 when the Red Wings
He's
went to
got a story.
I when I first began the hatred when the Red Wings played the Penguins in back-to-back Stanley Cups. I think they won the first meeting and Penguins won the second meeting. And ever since then, I've just hated Crosby.
He's been stupid, like.
Yeah. It's been over
I
10
the
years.
teams have just been so dumbly hyped.
Yeah, I don't get the hype of the Penguins.
No, people hype any team that wins the championship.
Yeah.
The immediate day they win the championship, people go ham and say stuff they would never say.
Yeah. I heard that the new Seattle expansion team's going to be called the Kraken.
That's a cool name, but it's kind of
Yeah.
weird.
I thought it would stand out. I'm kind of surprised they didn't have a hockey team because there's in kind of that hockey region near Canada and everything. But yeah, that's gonna be the 32nd team, so they're gonna have 32 teams pretty soon. So I'm kind of wondering if they're gonna realign shit again.
Yeah, you better be careful.
Yeah.
Watch out. Big deal coming in.
But yeah, and I think But yeah, baseball. Not really much in baseball besides free agency right now.
Well, you forgot about the cheating scandal,
Oh yeah, fucking
the sign
Astros.
stealing scandal
Yeah, fucking
with some of those
Astros.
teams.
Yeah, Astros. I think Red
I
Sox.
think the Dodgers should just straight up get the win, dude. Because, like,
No.
they were there enough times. Like, it's unfortunate that there's always going to be cheating in baseball, but why don't we just fix it, alright? Like, why don't we just stop making excuses and just actually put the right team?
Well, I think it's because a lot of it is because the team itself is like, because they asked like the Dodger players about it, and they're like, we don't want it. We've
Yeah, it's
lost.
fucking
It's
just stupid
done.
in general that they fucking had to deal with this.
Yeah, and I think, and the thing is that it's like if you go to a game, the championship game, and you lose, and then you get the trophy because one player was a year older than he should be. It's like it's kind of an empty. It's kind of like, oh, you
It's kind of
technically,
like you still weren't good,
you
and,
technically,
like, you want to feel like you're the best player
yeah, you want
and
that,
won the championship.
yeah, you want, and plus for all we know, the Dodgers could have been doing something sneaky too. I
I
mean,
don't know, man, but, like,
yeah,
I honestly just feel like they should just get it. And don't ask the players, okay? That's what the media would do.
I think that was
The
what the
actual
media
people who
do.
make the rules for this, don't fucking ask the players. That's dumb as fuck.
Well, and I think a lot of,
Whoever thought of asking the players, okay? Like, I'm gonna be that guy for a second.
yeah,
Dumb idea, okay? You're fucking in charge. Lay the law down. Don't be a. Can I say some offensive words?
uh,
Probably
pro,
not.
probably, I don't know. I mean, you can say fuck or shit or
Don't be
asshole.
a freaking nerd, dude. Like,
Fucking nerd.
fuck, man. Like, these freaking nerds. Like, don't ask the players. Just lay this shit down. And let's fucking get on the road, okay? The freaking championship.
Well,
How do you fucking not know who gets to win the championship? How do you let these fucking media bozos fuck you up and talk about it?
well,
I'm talking about it right now, and I'm not even good.
believe it or not, that has never happened. A team has never been given the title after the other team was real cheating in any major sport. So it's something that hasn't happened, and I don't think any of them are gonna do it just because one, it will ruin the credibility of the league, and two, because I think it's I think because I guess they don't value cheating as a big ingredient of the result as much as we think they should.
Yeah, nobody really cares.
And I think because when that game happens and you see the final result, it feels final. Even if they did bend the rules, it's kind of hard to feel like the other team deserves it when you see the other team win. Unless you legit catch them cheating. I feel like if everyone caught the team like cheating like visibly on TV, I think there would be more of a drive for that. But when
I
it's
feel like they're never harsh enough on the players and coaches that cheat, and it's such an incentive for them to just keep doing it. Like, they never
yeah,
do more than, like, minor slaps on the wrist, and that's it. They never punish them really severely.
well, yeah, and I think a lot of that too is the fact that, well, again, I think they just want to maintain that credibility because I feel like when that champion wins, it's just like, and plus the World Series they're talking about was from like a few years ago. I mean, it's kind of it'll be
It's kind of past
yeah,
time where they could have fixed it, and
and
also there's other, like, public media pressure factors
yeah, and
that
plus
weigh into, like, just the game.
yeah, and plus
And, like,
yeah,
what we already saw was a good enough game. So I think, yeah, you can just move on. But it's like,
yeah,
there's still gonna be people like me wondering what the heck happened, and it's fucking stupid.
yeah. Wait, didn't the Red Sox get in trouble too for something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Red Sox were also stealing signs from their opponents in the World Series.
God damn it! God
I don't
damn
know if
it!
that's true or not. Don't quote
Yeah,
me. But if both of these teams, the Red Sox and the Astros, didn't deserve to win the World Series because of cheating, that's really fucking dumb. Because, like, why watch baseball when other fucking leagues do a better job with
Well,
cheating, and baseball has had people cheating for years, and
even
I mean,
going,
every league has these people, but
yeah, but
it
even
seems like baseball's doing less with it than ever.
well, even 100 fucking years ago, when everyone believed the White Sox threw the World Series against the Cincinnati Reds, I mean that was a huge deal, and 8 players got like banned for life. And
Yeah, I mean, that's when it like meant something. What happened?
well, I think what happened is the fact that I think the league is one, they're probably not harsh on players, and I think a lot of it too is the fact that I think I don't know. I really don't know why they're not as harsh as other leagues. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I think because out of all the leagues, baseball has been scrutinized the most because of the steroid thing and all that thing, and I think it's because baseball is always been regarded as like America's game, kind of America's pastime. So I think it gets kind of that higher look and standard by people in the media, where there in the other sports it's kind of like hockey doesn't get any trouble in the media at all, really, in all honesty. I mean,
Yeah, I think it does more in Canada than USA,
yeah,
because not as many people play it.
yeah, in basketball, I can't remember. Well, the refs actually, ironically, because I remember when Jerry complains about football refs, but basketball refs had more legit cases of cheating than football refs.
I feel like all refs are bad in general.
Well, I will say this: out of the four sports, I feel like the one that's hardest to ref by far is football, because you have to keep track of so many different positions and so many different techniques and players and different groups of penalties for each player and position. It's just crazy. I mean,
Yeah, I feel you. I prefer keeping track of a sandwich and ice cold beer.
but yeah, well,
Yeah, refing NFL games is probably hard, so I'll agree with you there.
yeah, is there any? What's the big teams in basketball right now?
Yeah, it's probably the Lakers and the Boston Celtics.
Well, how about Milwaukee? Is Milwaukee still good?
Milwaukee still has one of the premier players, but
Yeah, yeah, and
I
then
don't know. One player isn't a whole team, so I don't know.
yeah, why about Toronto? Because they won last year, so I don't know. Are they still hot shit, or are they kind of let the too many players go?
I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah,
you never know, man. Honestly, I'd probably just pick the Lakers and just focus on that one team and just literally ignore all the others for right now. But,
yeah,
that's probably a bad idea, so just go with your gut.
yeah. LeBron. Oh my, LeBron's. Uh, well, once he leaves the Lakers in probably a couple, 1 or 2 years,
Not
he'll
even
go
two
back to
weeks.
he'll go back to
He hurts
Cleveland.
his ankle.
He's like, I'm coming home
He's
again.
like, I want a blankie and I want my juice box.
And I
Just
want,
kidding. I'm just teasing.
you
Holy
know,
crap.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his own team called the LeBron Kings, and it's just everyone wears like either 23 or a 6,
Oh, my bad.
and it's just him and like LeBron clones, like players that want to play like LeBron but aren't nearly as good.
The LeBron outfit.
The LeBron outfit.
Get your gear from LeBron.
LeBron.
By LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's just a disgrace.
They just call it King merch.
King merch. Oh God, the
They would have
Kings.
to put like King James in it or something,
King
or like
James.
23's the King, or like something like that.
Just the biggest ego stroke ever. Just
No, dude, it wouldn't be ego stroke. It'd be the King stroke. He'd stroke his crown.
oh yeah, so hard. God.
That's like the definition of an ego stroke too.
Oh
You
yeah.
actually have a crown,
Yeah.
and you're stroking it. You're like, look at my precious.
Okay. It's so big, isn't it? Look at all the family jewels. God.
Oh man,
Oh
do you
my.
think LeBron James should start his own TV show?
Oh God. Oh my God. It could be like he could cross over with the Kardashians. There'll be like a reality TV cinematic universe. You can have Snooki looking for the infinity fucker, and they
The
have to do.
James and Kardashians.
They have to. They have to kind of sacrifice themselves, but then kind of fake it out, and like, we're not dead. We just did it for the ratings.
Yeah, bro, you're already thinking of ideas. That's why I know that it's a good idea.
No, it's a god awful idea. If they did that,
Dude, you said it yourself. James and Kardashians. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
well, also it took a person to come up with the atom bomb, but I think we can all agree that it probably wasn't the best idea in the world.
Don't offend people, man. People have feelings and brains sometimes.
Oh,
But I don't know. That's not important, really. What's
yeah.
important is, did we cover all the stuff that we should talk about, or
Yeah,
that happened?
we cover the four sports. Oh, one important thing is the sad passing of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really sad.
yeah, that was pretty bad, and but yeah, it's unfortunate. I didn't really grow up with him that much. I think my earliest memories of him was when he won the title back in like '09 against the Celtics. I
Well,
only
yeah, even if you haven't watched Kobe Bryant, he's such a household name,
yeah,
and you gotta know the kind of impact and the way that someone plays the game and does stuff, and it just has impacted the game forever. So you can't deny that Kobe Bryant is one of those kind of legendary figures.
yeah,
And I think that's what makes it kind of shocking that he's gone, just because of who he was, obviously, but the impact of just him being gone like that, it was so sudden.
oh yeah, and it is very sudden, and it kind of I think I think I think for a while, I think some people, because he retired for a few years, the media kind of didn't talk about him for a while. So I think when people started looking back, I think that some people forgot how great he was. And when they started looking back, everyone was like, "Oh my God, this guy was the Jordan of our generation." And I'm wondering how much of his legacy is going to affect the NBA from now on, because I hear people talking about, oh, they should retire his jersey numbers league wide.
Dude,
They should change the logo.
it's a huge deal.
It
Every
is.
24 is comparable to him, literally.
Yeah.
I was at the last time he played the Pistons, or at the Pistons, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane. Everyone had a Kobe Bryant jersey. Everyone loved Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
In the Pistons Stadium. It was nuts. People
Yeah.
were jumping every time Kobe scored, and he's on the visiting team. Wild. People loved it, but that's just the kind of player that he was, and people know that stuff.
Oh yeah. 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 I am intrigued. I think it would be great to see, like. I hope they do something like a statue in front of the LA Coliseum of him or something like that. I think that'd be a great tribute.
Yeah, I hope someone, takes over like Kobe did and plays the game like Kobe did, because you have people that are critical of him, obviously for his sometimes not perfect off-field behavior. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, but everyone, that's life though. Sometimes people get involved in kind of troubling situations. That's life, and
But you can argue that sports, in sports, there have been players and coaches that have gotten away with stuff worse than him, so
yeah,
I'm not going to take any of that stuff into huge consideration. I think you just need to go by the player and say,
yeah,
dang, it really sucks that someone with Kobe's experience is gone, so we're really going to miss Kobe Bryant, obviously, big thing.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be. It's gonna be. I'm curious on how it's gonna affect everyone in NBA in the future. Because I know with such a big legacy like that, it's gonna affect a lot of things. So but there, but yeah, it's a sad thing. It is.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I
I
believe,
think
yeah.
I think that's probably a good place to end it, right? Go off on the important
Yes.
message.
Yeah, we're gonna stop here. We talked about all the topics that we can think of. I think next next I don't know when we'll do a next one of these. I mean, if you're looking for a shooting date, we could probably. I mean, I can imagine like when the NFL draft comes up, we could do one, but I could think we could probably do another one in between there. I don't know. It just depends on if anything big happens in the world of sports.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We can make it up as we go.
yeah,
I think we covered the important stuff, so
yeah.
we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, so we're gonna call it good, guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.